try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they see me. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds, they can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What up, Finn fans? Welcome to another episode of the Finn Posse Podcast. This is your host, Big C. How is everybody doing this morning? Still having problems with this audio. I can hear myself, but I can't hear anything else, so I don't know how good I'm sounding. Please let me know if something goes astray. I really don't understand this whole YouTube thing, the whole our computer thing. Like, I'm of the generation where I grew up and I didn't have a device. I didn't have a computer. I didn't have a phone in my hands at all times. So it really, I don't get it. I don't get why at one point everything was going smooth. Everything was going great. I did absolutely nothing to my stuff. And then all of a sudden I'm having problems. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't adjust no settings. I didn't change anything. It just out of nowhere started going crazy on me and settings got changed. It was just absolutely crazy. But anyway, today is a big day. The NFL schedule will be released at some point today. It'll be leaked here and there a little bit at a time. We already know about the game that the Dolphins have week 11 in Spain against the Washington Commanders, which I'm not a fan of the overseas games. You know, losing a home game absolutely sucks. You lose that home field advantage. Not to mention a home game, you're not supposed to have to travel. You're supposed to be able to get to sleep in your own bed and get the comforts of home. And you really lose out on that. You really lose out on that advantage. And it sucks. It does suck, especially going up against a up and coming Washington Commanders team. I think that's truly going to hurt us. I'm nervous of that Washington Commanders team. We did joint practices against them last year. their young quarterback absolutely torched us last year, and that's before our secondary was in, in so much disarray. Like he torched us last year. Rookie quarterback came in here and torched us. And yeah, Jalen Ramsey, he wasn't practicing in those joint practices, but we had a better secondary than we did this year so far. And he absolutely came in here and just ate our lunch. He just absolutely ate our lunch. So I am absolutely nervous for this game. I'm super concerned with our cornerback room right now. I'm super concerned. I'm super concerned. It's that there's rumors out there that Asante Samuel Jr. there's a neck injury now, so he's probably off the board for the time being. We brought Rasul Douglas in for a meeting. I guess we offered him a contract. He didn't sign. He's meeting with another team. But what are we gonna do? Like at some point we got to figure this out, and I'd like to get it figured out sooner rather than later, because we cannot go into the season with this cornerback room. We can't do it. We can't do it. We can't do it. It's not good enough. We're not going to be able to get the job done. You can't go in with Storm Duck and Cater's a decent slot guy, but we see what happens when we put Cater on the outside. That's not good enough. Cam Smith has shown us nothing. You can't go in with some rookies, undrafted or a 5th round rookie, and expect that to be all right. Yeah, JD, the schedule's released today, and we're gonna go over some key things that I look at the schedule and I look for in when the schedule is released. But I'm starting to really get concerned about the cornerback room. I'm really concerned about the cornerback room. I don't think that the Miami Dolphins, Mike McDaniel, Chris Greer, Stephen Ross at this point are doing their due diligence. Why someone needs to be going and visiting Jalen Ramsey. And I'm not an over fan of kissing these guys' butts. You know what I mean? We already pay them a great deal of money. But someone needs to go talk to Jalen Ramsey. And I know this isn't I know it's not real. I know Jalen's going to get traded. I know that it's already a done deal pretty much. But why are they not bagging him right now? Why are they not bagging him? Take Kirk Cousins off our hands and we'll give you Darnell Mooney for free. Oh, man. Kirk Cousins, huh? Well, at least Mad Mike Sports, at least, you're kind of stuck with the Kirk Cousins contract, but at least you're in a bad position with that, but at the same time, that's a good bad position to be in. Yeah, you're stuck with a large contract for a aging quarterback, but at least you found your rookie. At least you got your quarterback of the future, and now you're just trying to move on from the expensive veteran. So that's a good spot to be in. So you'll be happy in the long run. I'm sure you'll find a buyer for Kirk Cousins at some point. Injuries happen. Some team will be looking for a quarterback. Somebody will be desperate. So yeah, but I have no wishes or wants to go and to go and grab Kirk Cousins. No, thank you. If you're over on X, please come join on YouTube and subscribe. Once we get to 800 subscribers, we'll be doing another big giveaway. Once we get to 1,000, we'll be doing huge giveaways. Lots of perks over here, extra videos. Come over and join us on YouTube, the Fin Posse Podcast. Listen, we do great things over here. Come join the channel over here. Just got recommended your channel. You just got a subscriber here, brother. Maybe we'll have you on at some point this season. I love that, Mad Mike. That sounds great. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, so let's talk about the schedule. Again, we know that we're traveling to Spain for one of our home games. Again, I said how much I hate that. I absolutely hate that. First things first, when the schedule comes out, I take a look at primetime games. Do we have any primetime games? You know, you love and Miami struggles in our primetime games lots of times, but you love to see your team be featured on Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. Not a huge fan of the Thursday Night Football thing because of the short week and this and that. But I love to see my team in the bright lights. I love it. You know, it's just a different feel, a different atmosphere. So that's the first thing I look at when the schedule comes out. The number two thing I look at is, when do we play the Buffalo Bills? When do we play our division rivals? Do we have to go to Buffalo in December? Do we got to go to New York in December? Do we got to go to New England in December? And you know, someone said something about reconfiguring the divisions, and listen, that makes a lot of sense in my opinion. Do I want to lose the rivalries with the teams that are in our division now? No, there's a lot of history there. There's a lot of history, Miami Buffalo games, especially me growing up in the 90s. You know, that was our main rival. In the 2000s, you know, we had the Patriots dominating the scumbag ass Jets, who I absolutely despise. You know, that was a heated rivalry. So I don't want to lose those rivalries, but at the same time, it makes no sense that we're the only team in the division that comes from a warm climate. It makes zero sense. You know what I mean? It makes zero sense that every other team in the division is a cold weather climate team, and here we are down in South Florida, and we got to go play up in the cold, and they're all used to it. So when they go play each other, it's all cool. It's all good. And now, for some reason, because the Buffalo Bills cried because they got heat cramps that one year, they came and played us in week 1 or week 2 a couple of years ago, that they're trying to take away our home games in September. And that's another thing that I look for, is the home games that we have in September, early October, because that is our home field advantage. When teams got to come down and play in that heat, that stickiness, where you can't breathe, when teams got to come play in that's our advantage. And it seems like the last couple of years they've tried to take that away from us. JD Great, yeah, we play in the cold every year, but I mean, if you're only going up to the cold 3 times a year, 4 times a year out of your whole, you know what I mean? You practice in the heat, you live in the heat. It's still an unfair advantage. They live in that. I live in that. I know there's a difference. And I know there's a difference when I go to South Florida on vacation and I know I can't breathe. And it's like, you know what I mean? I see the workers out on the road with jeans on, and I'm like, how are they doing that? I want to be naked. You know what I mean? I don't know how they're standing out at the road working on working on stuff. And I I'm dying. I'm dying in the car with air conditioning on. So that's another thing I look for. I look for when we play the division rivals, I look for who comes down to Miami if we have any home games in September. And usually they'll throw us one or two, but it'll be later September, so they give them teams a break. Listen, I want Buffalo week 1 in Miami. You know what I mean? I want Buffalo week 1 in Miami. Bonnie, that was released already. We'd play Buffalo in week 3 this year. Was the schedule released already? Did they already release the schedule? It's the same thing every year, and they need to build a factory for cold weather games. Oh, shoot. I didn't even see it. Let me see if I can find it. Miami Dolphins schedule. Miami Dolphins 2025 schedule. So they didn't release it? So, I mean, that is a win. If we play Buffalo in Miami week 3, that's a win. That's a win. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Buffalo on Thursday night, so a short week. But hey, listen, I'm cool with Buffalo. That's even better. Buffalo on a Thursday night in Miami. Oh, man, well, that takes away the heat. That takes away some of the heat. It'll still be hot, but I want Buffalo at 1 o'clock, man. I want Buffalo at 1 o'clock. So that Thursday night is kind of shitty. I mean, it'll still be hot. But the press isn't supposed to say anything until 8 p.m., but we know how that goes. Yeah, I mean, it'll slowly be leaked. You're right, Bonnie. It'll slowly be leaked. I wish that Buffalo game was 1 o'clock. I really do. Again, it'll still be hot, but it's not. I want them in that sun, just getting drained. But I mean, at least it's going to be a short week for them. So, and they got to travel to Miami, and it'll still be hot, and it's still at the beginning of the season. They won't be playing their best ball. So, I mean, I guess that's I'll take it as a win. 2025 Miami Dolphins opponents. I had all this brought up, but I had the switch out of it, obviously. So it says we got Atlanta, Buffalo, Carolina, Cleveland, Indy, Buffalo again, New England are the Jets, Baltimore, Cincinnati, New Orleans, Tampa, Chargers, New England, Jets, and Pittsburgh. Colts to the north, Baltimore to the east, Miami to the south, with 18 games coming. Still can play rivals. I want the toughest games December for the Dolphins to be battle tested going into the postseason every year. See, JD, I I don't necessarily want that. And it's not that I don't want to be battle tested, but in December, you're usually trying to, get healthy for the postseason. You know what I mean? You'd like to play some teams, maybe you can get some leads on and you can pull some guys early, or you know what I mean? I'd rather get the tough part of the tough part out early in the year. I'd rather get it out early in the year when there's a good chance that we're healthier and we're playing at a top level. Not to mention the cold weather, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want false hope neither, but I don't want to have to go play a team when we're dealing with a bunch of injuries neither. That's been a big handcuff for this football team is injuries. That's been huge for this team. Look at last year. We missed the playoffs by one game. If Tua Tagovailoa would have been hurt or healthy for that last year, we wouldn't have missed the playoffs. We wouldn't have missed the playoffs. 2023, God knows what could have happened that year. Like, I feel like that's such a waste of a season. I felt so good about that season, man. And people probably feel like, Big C, you got to get over 2023, but that's hard. It's hard for me to get over that year. It's hard for me to get over that year because I feel like that year we had so much potential. We had such an opportunity to do great things, and it just all went to the wayside because of injury after injury after injury after injury. I want to know that we have a great team and injuries aren't a good excuse. Listen, JD, injuries are what it is, you know what I mean? Like, if your best players get hurt, you know what I mean? That's real life. That's real life. Now, do we need better strength and conditioning coaches? Maybe we do. I know we need better depth. I know that for sure. Even though I'm happy that we went out and got James Daniels and we got Jonah Savania, we are still an injury away from Liam Eichenberg starting games. Yeah, Big C, Skyler almost beats Buffalo. If Tua would have played that game, we would have beat Buffalo. If Tua was playing that game, we would have beat Buffalo. Yeah, JD, we got to get better at depth. We got to get better depth. And I mean, obviously, you're not gonna fix that problem this year. The only way we're gonna fix our depth problem is through the draft. What up, Miller? What up? What up? You got to fix that depth problem through the draft. That's from years and years of successful drafting. It's going into the draft and, not having huge gaping holes on your football team and drafting the best player available. You got to trust. You go into the draft and you don't got these major holes that you got to reach for players. You're just able to draft the best player available. Now, next year, we're going to have some gaping holes still. We're going to have to go out and probably address the cornerback position in the first round, or maybe be looking for a quarterback in the first round. You never know. But we still have some gaping holes on this team. But, after you make those couple selections, after we get the cornerback position taken care of, we're gonna, we can start drafting more best player available and start creating some depth on this team. Skyler will be looked back on as what if those injuries have stayed and impacted him. He was off to, Miller, I don't know about that. Skylar Thompson, I don't even want to get started on Skylar Thompson. I absolutely despise Skylar Thompson. I think he is absolutely horrible. I think Skylar Thompson's absolutely horrible. He is. I can't stand him. I cannot stand me no Skylar Thompson. If you're over on X, come join us on YouTube, the Finn Posse Podcast on YouTube. Come join us. Come become a subscriber. We do big giveaways over here once we reach certain milestones for subscriptions. We're about 80 away from our next big giveaway. Probably give away another $1,000 and another piece of merchandise, memorabilia. Yeah, but come join us over on the Finn Posse Podcast. Let's blow this channel up. Let's blow this channel up. How many subscribers can we get today? How many subscribers? If we can get 50 subscribers today, I got 113 people watching on X. It says, if I can get 50 subscribers today, I'll give away an autographed Dan Marino jersey. An all-white version of that. It'll come encased in all that. It'll come encased in all that, all white. Skylar jersey giveaway. I don't even know if they made Skylar Thompson jerseys. Does anybody else feel the same way I do about Skylar Thompson? I think he was absolutely horrible. If you're over on X, come join the Finn Posse Podcast. Throw down a subscription. If we hit 50 subscribers today, I'll give away a Dan Marino jersey. If we get 80, there's 132 right now. If 80 of you come over and subscribe, I will give away $1,000. What up, Cap? What up? Cap, how do you feel about Skylar Thompson? Were you a Skylar Thompson fan? There's not many quarterbacks that I despise more than Skylar Thompson. Miller says I'm biased because he came from my college. Listen, I get it. I get it, Miller. I do, but oh man, Skylar Thompson was absolutely horrible. Well, it's good, everyone. Fins up. I'm coming to Pittsburgh. What you going up to Pittsburgh for, Shake? So yeah, I mean that's what I look for with the schedule. I look for primetime games first and foremost, and then I look for when do we play our division rivals. I look for do we got to go play the Ravens in Baltimore in December. I look for the games that we're going to have to travel the cold weather. I look to see what home games we got in September, because I feel like that's a real home field advantage for us. So those are the big things I take a look at. What's going on, Richard? What's up? Why not sign Stephon Gilmore for 1 year? He is 34, but still playing well and is durable. Yeah, Richard, we got to do something, brother. We got to do something. We got to start making some kind of moves. Skyler, 35 points in Buffalo on the road, or Skyler, the dude who played in the preseason. I get what you're saying, but Tua has done either. I mean, Tua's had some good games in Buffalo. He had the game in last year in Buffalo that Bass kicked a 60-yard field goal to beat us. The bonehead penalty by Jordan Poyer. And then that game, that the snowball game, Tua played good in that game too. We should have beat Buffalo. Those fans in Buffalo absolutely were horrendous. The fact that they were able to throw snowballs at the Miami Dolphins every time a pass came their way in the end zone was absolutely ridiculous. I think if Tua played in that game, the Miami Dolphins would have 100% beat the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs that year. If Tua starts that game, the Dolphins win. If Tua starts that game, the Dolphins win. You can't tell me otherwise. Again, says we got 192 on X. Come join us over on the Finn Posse podcast. Listen, we can have a drawing today. Come join us over here. What up, Bobby? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. I just want a suitable backup if Uno can't get it together. And I agree, Cap. I agree. And I think I've said it before, the reasoning that we haven't gotten a suitable quarterback is because the Miami Dolphins fan base, as soon as Tua makes a mistake, as soon as he throws an interception, as soon as he has a bad game, the fan base, the Tua haters will be yelling and screaming for the backup quarterback. In the Miami Dolphins front office, the Miami Dolphins coaching staff does not want to deal with a weekly quarterback controversy. They don't want to deal with it. Richard, did you not see Skylar play last year? He was absolutely horrible. Did you talk about Rasul Douglas not wanting to come here? We got to sign X. Nobody wants to come here. Listen, just because Rasul Douglas didn't sign, we offered him a contract. God only knows it. Maybe Chris Greer lowballed him. He lowballed Calais Campbell. I don't know if it's necessarily that Rasul Douglas didn't want to come here, but he's exploring his options for sure. Is that what it is, Cap? Is that we don't want to pay? I'm sure he's looking for the best deal he can get. He knows this is probably one of his last contracts. Yeah, Skylar Thompson was horrible last year, bro. Like, this Miami Dolphins offense without Tua Tagovailoa was horrid. It was some of the worst Dolphins football I've ever seen. We struggled to get first downs. Screw scoring touchdowns. Screw scoring points. We struggled to get first downs last year. It was so frustrating. It was so hard to watch. Last year was absolutely atrocious. Some of the worst Dolphins football I had seen. What did we average? 10, 11 points a game while Tua was out? Absolutely horrible. And unacceptable. He wants more years than we're offering. That's exactly what I heard this morning on the Joe Rowe show. Is it we don't to pay, or we saw the deep back room and ran out of whatever, throwing off Ramsey? Listen, we're lowballing people. We've been lowballing people. We didn't sign any. The biggest contract we signed was James Daniels, and that was a huge discounted price. If he wanted over $10 million, we probably would have not signed him. For real, last year was some of the worst Miami Dolphins football I had ever seen, at least from the offensive side of the ball. It was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. So, you even had the biggest Tua haters clamoring for Tua to come back. Yeah, Richard, when they released Skyler, I was ecstatic. Ecstatic. But that's why we've never had a decent backup quarterback for Tua. That's exactly why. They don't want to deal with the quarterback controversy. And I get it. I get it because this fan base, I've said it numerous times. I've never seen a fan base so split over one player. Never seen it. And if you have, tell me. If you know another fan base that has been so split on one player, let me know in the comments. Because you got the people that love Tua, that love him. There's nothing that he can do wrong. And then you got people that hate Tua, and no matter what he does, he can't do nothing right. Richard, I don't believe that. I think Quinn Ewers is a better quarterback than Skyler. I think Quinn Ewers can be a decent quarterback. Did you watch the John Gruden episode with Quinn Ewers on there on YouTube? Check it out if you haven't had an opportunity. Listen, the kid can sling the rock. The kid can sling the rock. Asante had neck surgery. We got to trade for a corner. I had said that before that we need to go trade for a corner. We got to trade for a top-notch corner. There's got to be. Is there not another corner available like Jalen Ramsey's available? Is there not another corner that a team wants to move on from? Is there not another top corner in this league that isn't happy with their current team? If there is, we need to go find them. Or how about you go and you tell Jalen Ramsey to shut the hell up? Come on, what's good? What's good, brother? Or you go and you tell Jalen Ramsey to shut the hell up. We goddamn paid you your money. You gladly took your $4 million bonus that you got for being on the roster. What was it, March 4th or whatever? Drink your Kool-Aid. Suck it up. How about you be a part of the solution instead of part of the problem? We're not trading you. Your 5th round draft pick that they're offering for you, screw that and play this game or sit your ass at home. Either you play for the Miami Dolphins or you retire. And at this point, maybe he doesn't play his best football. Maybe he's, blase blah, but he's a better option than what we got right now. God dang it. At some point when we see there's no options available to fill that position, somebody needs to go talk to that man. Somebody needs to go talk to that man and be like, listen, we're not trading you. We gave you a new contract. We've done everything to make you happy. We need you. We need you. And if you're not willing to play for this football team, you're not playing anywhere. We're not going to kiss your ass. Listen, we kissed your ass enough. We gave you all this money. We're trying to do things the right way. We've brought in some different type of players. We've addressed the trenches. We're gonna be a better football team, but we need you to get on board. We need you to help be a focal point of the change of culture. Tired of this organization letting players point and hold guns to their head. Yeah, like all they got to do is, oh, I don't want to be here no more. Okay, even though it screws the team, I'll give you away for a 5th round draft choice. Like, no. Listen, Coaster, I get it, but like at this point, there's no options, and if you want to compete, There's certain things that we got to do. Trade Ramsey, Hill, a first and a third for PS2. No way, Elwood. That's way too much. That's way too much. You want to give Ramsey and Hill and a first and a third for one player? That's crazy. We're always getting blackballed by star players as they see easy target with Greer folding the X demands back. Yeah, I mean, come on, what can he really do? What can Jim Randy really do? What can he really do to us? You stay here, and if you here and you suspend him for being detrimental to the team, and then you go after Andy back. Go ahead, come here and don't what you're supposed to. Go ahead, don't come in here and play hard. Get your money back that way. But don't stop letting the athlete what's going on. Edward Greer made that new situation way back in the NFL Combine. Nothing. I mean, we had something. There wasn't a right answer. We could have went corner heavy in the draft, but then we would have neglected the trenches yet again. Yet again, we would have neglected the trenches. We could have went and took a corner in the first round, although Will Johnson was the only real true number one outside corner. I think he's going to be a great slot corner, but I don't think he's an outside corner. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me real quick. Click, real quick. To the defensive line. All pro corner on this team. We have an all pro corner. We have an all pro corner on this team. It's crazy that we're even dealing with this. But we're letting him because he want to go over to the Rams again. Like, come on. We have two corner right now. Out of number one. Trade for it. Wait, how much differently do you feel about this team if we go and trade for Jair Alexander and you pair him with Jalen Ramsey? I love what our up front's looking like. I'm loving what our pass rush is looking like if these guys can come back from injury. The offensive line, as far as the starters go, I'm happy with that. I think we're going to be able to run the ball. I think we're going to be able to – that's going to open up the pass. Listen, if that were the scenario, I'd feel really good about our chances of being a playoff team, competing for a division title, for, winning a playoff game this year. I'd feel really good about our chances. But all because Jalen Ramsey is being a selfish piece of garbage, and we're letting him put us in a tremendous disadvantage going into the season to give him what he wants. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Says we got 287 people over on X right now. Join the Finn Posse podcast on YouTube. Come over, click over real quick. It'll only take you a minute, and we'll do a huge giveaway. Let me see if I can share it with you guys, the link. Let me see if I can share the link over on X for you guys. It says 289 people. I don't even know if that's real life. But if it is, come join us. Come join us over on YouTube. We'll do a big, you subscribe over here. We'll do a big giveaway. All right. I sent the link, I think. I think the link's over there. Come join us, subscribe, and we'll do a huge giveaway. What up, Joe? What's the hate about McDaniel? Maybe you don't agree with his coaching style, but McDaniel's a nice guy. He's a player friendly coach. He's a player friendly coach. Hello? Sorry about that. Yeah, see, it just goes in and out. I don't understand it. Out of nowhere, out the blue, for no reason. I don't understand why it does it. Yeah, I just don't, I don't know what major issue Jalen Ramsey could have with. Smells like updog in here. I don't understand what Jalen Ramsey's major issue could be with Mike McDaniel. What could you really like? He's such a nice guy. He's weird. He's quirky, but like, he's not. You know what I mean? You don't like to be coached like Vic Fangio, an old school coach who is just about the rules and this and that, but you don't want a players coach either. Which is it? Which is it, bro? Which is it? What do you want? What do you want? Which one do you want? Because you complained about the way that Vic Fangio does it, no nonsense, disciplinarian, old school coach. You complained about him, and then you got Mike McDaniel, who is this player friendly coach who lets the players discipline themselves, and this and that, and you don't like him neither. Like, what is it? What is it? Oh, you want everything perfect just the way that Jalen Ramsey wants it? Like, people have been giving into that guy for way too long. Way too long. Listen, you took our $4 million with no problem. You cashed that check. You had no issue taking that, and now you don't want to be here. And let's keep it official. Jalen Ramsey's not even that good anymore. I watched a third string Buffalo running back smoke him in the secondary. Smoke him. I was so mad. I was so mad. Smoked him. And I think what really sucks is that, I thought that maybe at some point we'd move Jalen Ramsey to safety, and I thought he would have been an all-pro safety. And listen, I know it's not popular, but at some point, Chris Greer needs to pick up the phone and call Xavier Howard. He needs to pick up the phone and call Xavier Howard. I don't know what the beef is between them, but Mike McDaniel wouldn't speak on it. And if Mike McDaniel's not speaking on it, that means there's some truth. There's just a rumor going around that they don't get along. Mike McDaniel was asked about it before the draft or after the draft, and he refused to talk about it. He deferred, which Mike McDaniel never does. Mike McDaniel never defers any type of question. Mike McDaniel likes to talk. Let's hit them like buttons, though. We're only at 13 likes. Can we hit the like button for me, please? If you're over on Game Changers, come join the Fin Posse podcast on YouTube. This is the main channel right now. YX, Howard is washed off. Give a rookie or a second-year player a shot. We can't. Cosa Nostra, I'm all for giving these guys opportunities, but you need some veterans too. You can't go into the season with rookies as your starting corners. You can't do that. It's not fifth round draft picks. It's not real life. Not if you want to compete. I think Xavier Howard's probably with a year of rest, he's as good as any of those free agent corners that are available. Cosa Nostra, but it's not what we got to settle for. Why we don't got to settle for it because that's what we have right now. Didn't we just pick up a third for next year's draft? We did. We did, K-Salt. And hello, brother. We got some money, and you can make more money available. We got some money, and we can make more available. Exactly, K-Salt. We don't have to settle for what we have right now. We can make moves. It's just about making them. Storm Duck has earned a chance, in my opinion. Veterans are hit or miss too. You're absolutely right. Storm Duck, maybe he has earned a chance, but at corner one, I bet you X is better than any corner we got on this roster right now. Oh, I want to trade a third for a mid corner. You can probably get Jair Alexander for a fourth, maybe a fifth. Yeah, a third's kind of high. If the Green Bay Packers are willing to move off Jair Alexander for a fourth round pick, I'm doing that all day long. all day long. And I think that's an upgrade over. I think that's an upgrade over or Ramsey if he can stay healthy. X's contract, you'd be able to get him on the cheap, a non-guaranteed contract that you could cut him if he doesn't work out. I mean I don't know if he's great on the field, but Cam Smith does have a lot of problems being in South Florida and getting not being able to keep his nose clean. I've heard those same things. I don't know that he's great on the field. Top 50 pick can't see the field. Yeah, Joe, I mean, it is sad. It is sad. And he was a second round pick. He's a second round pick, and we're talking about starting fifth round picks, sixth round picks, undrafted rookies. It's not real life. But you know, I don't want to go into this season and already know that we're cooked in the secondary. That's because I think there's too much talent on this team. Again, I've said that I think this team can get back to being a top 10, a top 5 offense that we can score a lot of points. I think we got a good pass rush. I think we're going to be able to stop the run. I'd rather get a hidden gem over X. Don't know who that is, though. Listen, I'm just saying you should bring him in for a workout. We have nobody else right now. Why not bring him in? Why not see if he's got anything in the tank? I'm just saying give the guy a call. He lives down there. Give him a call at the least. And of course you keep looking for the better player. You keep looking for an upgrade. And if Storm Duck beats Xavier Howard out, then okay, cool. Best man up. But are you telling me that if Xavier Howard comes in and Storm Duck is not better than Xavier Howard, that Storm Duck should still play? I don't know why that would be the case. I don't know why you'd want that. I want the best players playing. What players have really left, though, Edward? What players have really left? Yeah, Jalen Ramsey wants out. Possibly Tyreek wants out. But they've burned their bridges here. They, you know what I mean? They've had personal issues. Calais Campbell left. We lowballed them. 100% we lowballed them. I don't know about that, Costa Nostra. X left on his own accord. X decided to leave. And then X thought that there was going to be options other places. He had an opportunity to sign with the Cincinnati Bengals last year, decided against it because he fell in love with his home life. And his home life is here in South Florida. So if Xavier Howard wants to play football, and if he wants to play football, the only option for him so he can keep his home life going the way it's going right now is the Miami Dolphins. Listen, Coach Nostra, I don't care what rock we look under as long as we're looking. I don't care what rock we look under as long as we're looking. That's my main thing. Miami Dolphins retirement center for has-beens. All right, so give me some players that can beat them out, and I'm cool with it. You're not giving any solutions, though, Costa Nostra. You just criticizing. And what are you afraid of? What does it hurt to bring Xavier Howard in? If your guy can beat Xavier Howard out, no harm, no foul. But I don't care if you're a has-been. I don't care if you're Joe Schmo down at the Publix. If I'm bringing you in for a tryout, and the best man standing, last man standing, is who I'm going with. Listen, let the rookies that were drafted battle it out. And if those rookies can't hold a candle to X, you're still starting one of the rookies? Come on. And first off, only one rookie was drafted. So you're talking about some guys that weren't even good enough to get drafted, be the starting two corners on this team. We're not talking about a third corner. We need two starting corners. And that's who you want to cover the top wide receivers in the NFL. Of course, we got to go to Foxborough week 1. God forbid someone got to come to Miami. God forbid someone got to come to Miami, right? And I hope he is. I hope BJ Adams is going to be a phenomenal pro. I hope the guys that we have on this team are going to be awesome. But I want the best possible players on the field for the Miami Dolphins. Okay, Cosa Nostra, but if they can't play better than X, I want X playing. That's what I'm saying. I don't care because you're young. If you weren't better than X, I want the best players playing. I want the best chance to win. Cool, you can name those guys all day. If they beat X out, then absolutely play them. But if they can't beat X, if they can't beat Rasul Douglas, if they can't beat out a Stephon Gilmore, I want the best players playing. Why wouldn't you want the best possible players playing? It's not like we're cutting those guys. I just don't see how it hurts to bring him in to see what he's got. I don't see how it hurts. If he's better than them, then sorry, he's better. If he's worse, then you cut him. If you bring him in, you bring him in for a workout. A workout. What's a workout hurt? If you're not doing your due diligence by checking out everybody that's possibly available, then you're failing this team. You're failing this team. And yeah, there should be more players available after June 1st. There should be. There should be. But I still think you should look at every avenue. You have the responsibility as the general manager of the Miami Dolphins to examine every possible player that is available that can make this team better. You have that responsibility. Has anybody heard from Scotty? Scotty ain't joining us no more. Scotty dipped out on us. You don't like us over here no more. I haven't seen Scotty in quite a while. Scotty don't mess with the Finn Posse no more. Yeah, I mean, I just think you got to examine every possibility, and do I hope the young guys beat out X? Yeah, that means that these young guys are progressing, and we got some hopefully future stars, or at least future real good depth options on the team. I hope. Oh, so Reason's one of those guys that only wants people on his channel. That's so corny. Why? Does it hurt you? Does it hurt to go watch another channel? Like, you can only watch one guy. Like, come on. And then again, all these big name guys joining up and creating these super YouTube channels. Like, come on. Oh, I was gonna say that's real corny. Like, come on, that's real corny. Because I support all these guys. So if someone's hating on me, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But yeah, I just think we should. I think we should support as many different options at the cornerback position as possible. Yeah, I hope he's okay too. That, shout out to Scotty. Hopefully he's all right. Everything is okay for him. But yeah, we gotta examine every possibility. I'm not willing to throw the season away. I want to compete. I want us to put the best team possible on the field this year, and I want us to go for it. And whatever it takes, whether it's bringing in some former players, whether it's forcing Jalen Ramsey's hand, whether it's whatever it takes, that's what I want done. I want to compete. I want to compete now. I don't want to wait another year. I don't want to wait for it. Frozen, anytime, brother. Anytime. I'm actually going to do an open panel this week. And I'm supposed to be on with. I had technical difficulties last week with Shake on Thursday, I think. Maybe we'll do an open panel Saturday, maybe. Maybe we'll do an open panel Saturday. Frozen, just message me, and we can talk about it, brother. But I'm gonna check out. I gotta go meet someone. So I appreciate you all. We'll talk about the schedule tomorrow. Hopefully, they put us in a good spot to succeed this year. Hopefully, we don't have to do too many freezing cold games. It sucks if we got to go to New England week 1, but it is what it is. I figured they want to give us a home game the first 2 weeks of the season, so I wouldn't be surprised if the second week we're on the road also. But hopefully we get a couple more primetime games also. But I will see you guys all tomorrow, and I'll let you know when that open panel is going to be tomorrow morning also. So until then, you know what it is. Fins up forever. I love you all. Thank you all for coming through. Make sure you hit that like button if you didn't get a chance to. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Fins up, baby. Peace.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression,
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they're scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race, life is a chase. I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm